I think Salah's, an output merchant at heart. He's naturally inclined to just post goals and assists, even on a bad day.
We've heard the arguments about Liverpool and pulling players before this window.
Chelsea wanted Van Dijk, by the way, and he came to Liverpool.
That's not
Chelsea
a narrative.
signed every single midfielder that's ever played in midfield.
Do you wanted to put 110 down for Caicedo?
I mean, God knows who will be in charge in 5 years.
I'd hope it's Maresca.
Yes, guys, welcome back to That's Offside, brought to you by Gambling.com, the football game show where Premier League fans debate some of the hottest takes in football. Here's what to expect. Our guests will debate a few hot takes, give their thoughts on this week's featured game, and then compete against each other in a fun, friendly football quiz. We've got a big week ahead, so we've got two very big guests. On my right, we welcome Carefree Lewis G, representing Chelsea, and on my left, we have Josh Williams, a true Liverpool fan. Carefree, Josh, how are you feeling about this weekend?
I'm feeling confident. Yeah, I think Liverpool are in a good spot. Still top of the league. Still dominating sides for the most part. A few little tactical tweaks in there that needs to be done, I think, with certain players. But I think generally speaking, Liverpool's floor is really, really high. And when Liverpool play well, they play teams off the park. So I think we'll be okay.
What we Seth?
Yeah, a bit of trouble in paradise with us right now. Injury crisis, not really in great form. But we do also like being the underdogs. So being a bit cautious, being a bit anxious going into games like this, it gives me also a bit of a sense of security. But I don't pretend like we are the underdogs for a reason in this one. We're going into this game with one fit centre-back. The one thing I know we will do is score goals. The one thing I know we will do is put the pressure on Liverpool. It's just they probably will put a lot more pressure on us. But I'm excited to see how we handle this game.
So both of you as well, obviously Liverpool and Chelsea lost this weekend. What are your thoughts on obviously the Palace game and the Brighton game?
To be fair, it was deserved. Palace were outstanding. It's funny that you mentioned about scoring goals there, because it's the same from Liverpool's perspective. Like, we know we're going to score goals for the most part. It's conceding. We seem to be a little bit open on the defensive end. Palace exploited that. We should have been about 4 or 5 down by the first half. Came back into it in the second half, played really well. But it's probably a deserved loss, and I think even Arne Slot held his hand up and admitted that.
Jeffrey?
Yeah, and with us, it's just, it would be nice for us to keep 11 men on a pitch. Because,
always helps.
Yeah, we were doing so well. It was our most comfortable, controlled performance of the season, and then bang, another red card. And I get we don't really know how to handle ourselves down to 10 men. You see the naivety start to kick in. But if we go 11v11, we're usually okay. 4 out of our last 5 losses have all come 10 versus 11, and the only 11v11 was away at Bayern. So if we could keep our heads a little bit, that's our best chance of winning. I know it's the most entry-level analysis I could give, but keep your players on the pitch and we stand a chance.
It does help. So, score predictions, obviously at Stamford Bridge this weekend. So, is that going to be a home win?
I've got to back my club in it. 2-1 Chelsea.
I'm going to go 3-2 Liverpool, I think.
Oh, okay.
Plenty of goals in there.
Both think it's going to be 1 goal in it.
Yeah, we ain't keeping clean sheets, but it's about who can bag more.
Yeah, I agree. And Liverpool have got a fair few players at the top end of the pitch that can bag. So, and at the other end, we've got someone like a Van Dijk, someone like an Alisson, whereas Chelsea have one fit centre half and
Paddy Ashil, man, he turned up at Anfield once.
Robert Sanchez as well, by the way. Bit of a messy guy.
Yeah, man. Pray to God,
Perfect, guys. And with that, it's time for our first game, Hot Takes. All right, it's time for Hot Takes. We'll spin the wheel, it will land on a category, and then I'll reveal a statement for you both to debate. Carefree and Josh, you've got 90 seconds to argue it out. I'll keep track of time and make sure you both have a fair chance to debate. And at the end, it's up to the viewers to decide who made the better case in the comments section below. Right then, let's see where we start. It's time to spin the wheel. Here we go then. It's our first hot take and the category is other. And your hot take is Chelsea won't finish above Liverpool for the next 5 years. Right, Carefree, I'm going to you. Let's go.
Don't necessarily agree with this, and it's only because Chelsea are so focused on the long term that that's not really what I'm worried about. The biggest question mark around Chelsea is right now and the way that we've acted and utilised the windows before the World Cup and since winning the World Cup. That's why I'm not really sure we'll finish above Liverpool right now. But the reason why our owners are so relaxed is because in the long term, I actually think Chelsea are going to be in a good place. We already have a world-class midfield. We've already improved our attack. Our fullbacks are already up there as well. It's just centre-back and goalkeeper, the same two issues we've worried about for the last year or two. And that should be sorted within the next year because they're waiting on low knees to come back. So in the next 5 years, I do genuinely think there's a question for us finishing above Liverpool. If you're going to ask in the next year, maybe the next 2, probably not.
Yeah, I think there's a question, maybe. I do agree that, the ownership's planning for long term and things like that, but Liverpool are doing the same. And Liverpool have got, world beaters out there, but the likes of Florian Wirtz is 22, Milos Kerkez is 21, just been signed. Frimpong is under 25, I think. Alexander Isak's just been signed for the contingency after Mo Salah. And I think the big thing with this is, I think Arne Slot could realistically still be in charge in 5 years. I think the thing with Chelsea, I mean, God knows who will be in charge in 5 years.
I'd hope it's Maresca.
10 seconds left.
He's currently under pressure though, isn't he? So if you're going through different managers, you're going through that instability. Liverpool have got that
3,
constant stability.
2,
so I think we'll be okay.
1. Okay, good debate. Good debate. I agree with both points, to be fair. I do agree with your point about the manager will change. I think at Chelsea there's such a toxic habit that if you're not winning or you've not won the league in the first season or 2 seasons or anything, you're out. And it feels at Chelsea there's constantly a new generation every 2 years.
Let's say the more frustrated you get with the owners, the more likely you are to get sacked.
Yeah, true. But this one, it's tight, so I'm going to give it to the viewers at home. Okay, I can't make a decision. So viewers at home, let us know in the comments section who won hot take number 1. Okay, and it's time for hot take number 2. So the wheel is spinning and your category is players this time, and your hot take is Salah has better stats, but Hazard was more enjoyable to watch. Right, I'm going to start with Josh on this one.
I agree. I don't know if that's controversial or not. But
okay. Mark conceded the point after 3 seconds, but continue. Okay.
No, I think Salah's, an output merchant at heart. He's naturally inclined to just post goals and assists, even on a bad day. I think Salah's worst performance usually consists of a goal and an assist. So, I think he's a natural when it comes to that sort of thing, and he's right up there now with the Premier League greats. I think he's just surpassed recently Thierry Henry. I think it's in fewer games. So, I mean, if the argument was that Salah's a better player, I would be pushing that narrative, because ultimately when it comes to winning games, Salah has more of an impact on results for me than Hazard does. But I don't think you can argue that Eden Hazard, aesthetically maybe, is very pleasing on the eye. A great dribbler, maybe a bit more unpredictable.
Two different types of players. Salah was pure output, Hazard was pure creativity. And we're both beefing over 2 different styles of players. I think if Salah and Hazard fans could just agree at this, there wouldn't be any beef. Because a few years ago, it was all just a longevity argument. Salah hadn't done it for long enough to get in those conversations. Now he has. If people want to say Salah's better than Hazard, I don't agree, but I could leave it because at least he's got the accolades, he's got the big game moments, he's got everything that you want from a legend. It's just they're 2 different types of players. So I agree too.
That would have been more of a question if it was who's the better player. But I honestly think...
this is just the perfect... both sides could just agree on this.
Okay, for the first time, everyone hot takes, you both agree. And I don't even know which way to give the point.
Half a point.
Little handshake.
That'll work.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to give you a point each. Okay. I'm going to give you a point each for that, because I've never ever had it at hot takes where you've gone straight away, yeah, I agree. You've gone, yeah, I also agree. So first hot take goes to the viewers. Second hot take, you get a point each without even really having to debate. Right, moving on. We're going to go on to hot take number 3. Let's go. Here we go. Your category is managers, and your hot take is Mourinho had a bigger impact on Chelsea than Klopp had on Liverpool. Right. Careful, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I completely agree with this, solely because Liverpool were already an established major club, one of the biggest in England, before Jurgen Klopp had taken over. Before Mourinho had got taken over, Chelsea had only 1 league title and they didn't really have an era to look back on. Our era was all kick-started through Jose Mourinho going for back-to-back league titles, and it kick-started the next 20 years after that. And that's why, for me, he had the bigger impact than Klopp. Klopp got them their first league title. I completely respect it. Liverpool was already a massive institution before that. That's what put Chelsea up on the marker to start getting up to the level that we're at now.
I think Liverpool was a massive institution, but it was almost a problem. And Klopp said it when he came in about carrying your history in your backpack, and it weighing you down really, really heavy and stuff. So I think Klopp had a bigger impact because of the weight of that history, and so many managers had attempted to get the duck off Liverpool's back, failed. Klopp does it, gets us back to being a super club. We're now profiting from it on the back of it. The playing style's established, the academy grows. We're now signing worldies for over 100 million and things. So I think without Klopp, Liverpool would still be drifting around 7th.
As much as I hear all of that, like Chelsea are not Chelsea without Mourinho, and he's literally made an entire legacy.
Do you not think someone else could have done it with the money?
10 seconds.
Potentially, but not to the level of Mourinho.
No one else.
I don't think we go back to back and build the winning mentality that he had.
Nobody else could have done what Klopp has done. Nobody else.
And time. Do you know what? I'm going to say, Carefree, halfway through your debate, I was like, do you know what? The point's yours, because I do really agree. I don't think Chelsea were anything before kind of that Mourinho era. But then when you started talking, Josh, about the history and about Jurgen having to carry that in his backpack, I like the analogy. I agree with you as well.
Other managers could have done what Mourinho did.
Do you know what? I'm going to sit on the fence again. I'm going to sit on the fence for hot take number 3. Viewers at home, let me know in the comment section below which side does it go to. It's currently 1-1 after 3 hot takes, and now we're on to hot take number 4. Here we go. So the wheel is spinning. It's currently 1-1, and your category is club. And your hot take is Chelsea has proven to be a bigger club than Liverpool in the last 20 years. Josh, I'm going to start with you. I can see your facial expressions there.
Well, it depends what you mean by bigger. I mean, I disagree generally, because Liverpool, as we've established, were kind of drifting nowhere for a long time and are still right there at the very, very top. I think Chelsea have obviously won quite a bit over the past few years, but Liverpool have now been kind of on top really for the past decade now. So out of the 20 years that you're talking about, Liverpool have, I think the Champions League win in Istanbul is in there. Then the Champions League final as well is in there under Benitez, finished second in the league. Then win the Premier League and the Champions League and the Premier League again under Jurgen Klopp. Every other trophy, Club World Cup and stuff. So we've now got...
That's how the Intercontinental Cup, to be fair, we're the only one.
Yeah.
Just got to throw that one in.
That's a good point, yeah.
But this only makes sense if you're only talking about the last 20 years, because Chelsea fully completed the set. 4 league titles. We can't talk back-to-back now because 20 years. Every single domestic, every single European trophy, every single Intercontinental trophy. So if you're only talking solely the last 20 years, yeah, we won the most trophies within that period. If you're talking the entire history, I can't even be shameless enough to do that. No chance. But it has to be only the last 20 years.
I don't think it can solely be about trophies, though. It says the bigger club, not the most successful club. And I think Liverpool are just bigger.
But when people talk bigger, they always talk about what you've done and what you've won. That's what the argument always becomes.
Yeah, but there's fan bases as well. There's like commercial revenue. There's growing the stadium.
I agree, but as fans, we don't talk about that. We just talk about what you've done within that period.
Yeah. It's a tricky one, to be honest. But I think Liverpool is naturally a big Chelsea.
Naturally, I hear it.
Tough. It is tough. Do you know what, Josh? I agree with one of your points where you said I don't necessarily think it has to be about what's been won, because even in that period you have won a lot.
Yeah.
And the way I look at a bigger club is I think about one. If I was to go abroad on holiday, what shirt are you going to see in the shop more often? What fan or what little kid's going to be wearing what club shirt? What player wants to go to that specific club during the transfer window? And I think at the moment it's still Liverpool. I think the best players in the world want to go to Liverpool, even though they've got the history. I do agree that, again, if we're taking out the 20-year thing, it will always be Liverpool with the bigger history and be the bigger club. But I still think within the last 20 years, Liverpool is still the bigger club. I think, again, Chelsea might have won it all as they claim.
20 or like all.
I know, but I still think if you're going, do you know what? Liverpool are the bigger club in general. Like you'd say, Man United are a big club.
Yeah.
But have they still got the pull to sign players? Because they've not won much recently. Liverpool have won again.
Even then, the
pull
pull
in the last 20
argument,
years, and instead of a massive pull to get players.
The pull arguments only really come into play the last couple of months. We've heard the arguments about Liverpool and pulling players before this window. This window is what's changed the entire narrative.
He's fighting back.
I thought Chelsea wanted Van Dijk, by the way, and he came to Liverpool.
Wait, 2018?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that for 2018. But look at all the midfielders and everything the last couple of years. That's not a narrative.
Chelsea signed every single midfielder that's ever played in midfield.
And nearly every one of them Liverpool wanted.
Yeah, but Liverpool didn't get them because they weren't willing to pay outrageous fees. Chelsea.
You wanted to put 110 down for Caicedo.
That was
you tried hijack us.
We didn't have no Michael Edwards then, though. That was a mad one, That was a mad.
That's why you didn't get across the line. If you did, then I would have been worried.
Nah.
Right. I'm going to go on gut instinct here, and I might get absolutely shouted in the comment section. I'm going to give this one to Josh. I'm going to make it 2-1. I'm going to give this one to Josh. I'm just having a little preview in VAR, and the VAR is not happy with this one, by the way. VAR are telling me I've made a mistake, but on-field decision stands. I'm going to say that Josh has got this. It's 2-1 going into hot take number 5, our 5th and final hot take. Here we go. So, your last hot take lands on the category of players, and your hot take is, right, Steven Gerrard would have reached even greater heights if he had completed his move to Chelsea. Okay, Kev, I'm going to start with you.
By greater heights, we got to talk legacy. Steven Gerrard as a player, I think he peaked, did everything he could do at his level and what he could have done with Liverpool. But if he went to Chelsea, you just have more trophies on the table. You would have won Prems. You would have won more Champions Leagues. You probably would have pushed Chelsea to more Premier League titles as well, which means that your legacy looks even bigger as a result. The biggest argument you could make with this is that Gerrard's legacy would look bigger with the amount of trophies that he would have won at Chelsea compared to what he did at Liverpool.
I think he might have won more trophies, but I think his legacy would be worse. I think his legacy now, he goes down as literally a superhero in Liverpool. He's literally Mr. Liverpool. He's adored in the whole city.
Only thing I want to say, though, is it doesn't say legacy. It's about greater heights as a player.
Yeah, but greater heights, I mean...
I'll be winning the Prem then.
How are you defining greater heights? Do you know what I mean?
Because when they compare him to other midfielders, the only argument that they put against Steven Gerrard is no Prem.
True, but I think you could argue if he goes to Chelsea, he's kind of just another player. You could argue he gets in Lampard's way. A little bit of conflict there. We saw that at England. At Liverpool, he did win the Champions League. He won the FA Cup. There's finals named after Steven Gerrard. The legacy, as I've said, is intact. He can still walk around the city. He's still liked in the city. I think if he'd have left, greater heights, it depends what you define.
He would have been fine in London, to be fair.
Sorry.
10 seconds left.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Gerrard would
reach
have
greater heights just by completing your own
3.
set.
It depends on if you put it down to trophies or not. I wouldn't.
1. And time. Okay. Again, good arguments for both. I think, again, I wanted to stress about how it doesn't say legacy. I do think that Steven Gerrard's legacy is huge because he was a one-club Premier League man and stayed at Liverpool, especially being in the city, he's like a hero. But it says about greater heights. And when I think about greater heights, I think the accolades, what he went on to win. You made a point about getting in Lampard's way. Would there be...
Not with Makelele, though.
I mean, Gerrard was in a Liverpool team that wasn't amazing during that era. I don't think... Obviously, you've got Istanbul, but I do think that...
There was a final 2 years after that as well, against AC Milan.
It's tough. Do you know what? I've made my decision. And I'm going to give this one... to Carefree. I think I'm going to give it this way. I do believe, I think personally, the argument was strong, and I do think Steven Gerrard would have gone on to greater heights. Maybe not the legacy, but greater heights because he would have won more at Chelsea during that period. So that makes it 2-2. Okay, I've given you a few hot takes to debate in the comment section below. Let me know who the overall winner was, guys. Was it Josh or was it Carefree? It's 2-2. You have the final say in the comment section below. So lads, I'm not sure if you're aware about Raise Your Game picks on Gambling.com. Okay, it's a free-to-play 10-pick hacker where if you get all 10 questions correct, you win 10 grand. Okay, for the people at home, there is a QR code on the screen and a link in the description below so you can have a go too. Right lads, are we ready? Let's get into it. So your first question is, what will be the score at the end of the first half? What do we reckon? And remember, we're trying to do this together as a 3, so we need to try and agree.
I think there'll be goals like...
I'm going to say 1-1 because we love conceding first.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2-1.
We need to try and get into some sort of middle ground there because you're doing it together. So what we're going to... Is anyone going to budge?
Go on, I'll budge.
Go on, we'll go 1-1 then. Okay, question 2. Will Pedro score a goal or register an assist during the match? Simple yes or no.
I would say no because he never usually does.
Okay.
This season, we haven't got any real support around him, so I'd probably have to say no, unfortunately.
At least we've agreed. Right, question 3. How many cards will there be in the match in total?
With us around, so we'll say... There's a minimum or just we picking a number?
Just pick a number. Both teams combined.
It's first off.
No, in total.
8. I'll just say 8.
I'll go with 8 then, yeah. I think
Cool.
maybe about 3 for Liverpool or something. But
Yeah, we'll get the most.
Question 4. Will Mo Salah score a goal or register an assist during the entire match?
Yes. It's the most-
I'm not even bother asking.
You know how
I'm not
many
even gonna
games
bother
I've been
asking.
where like Liverpool are playing badly? I'm just like, just wait. I'm not even saying nothing.
Okay, on to question 5. How many corners will be awarded in the entire match? Obviously for both teams combined.
maybe 10. I think that's too low.
Yeah, it's
12.
a 12.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
12.
We're going to go up to 12. Question 6. Will any player receive a red card?
Probably.
Looking at you here.
Yeah, it's a Chelsea question, that.
Yeah.
That's Faith. Perfect. Okay, question 7. Will a penalty be successfully scored during the game?
I doubt it, to be honest.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a penalty. Even though I think there'll be a red, it'll be outside of the box.
Yeah.
cool. So we're going to go with no. Question 8 now. How many shots on target will there be, both teams combined?
Say a decent number, like maybe an 8 or something. Like both teams are going to be more.
I was
attack-heavy.
thinking 10. Yeah.
Should we go 9? Go in the middle?
Yeah, 9.
Let's go 9.
Perfect. On to question 9. Will both teams score at least one goal during the game?
Yes.
Yes.
Very quick answer. And your final question. Now we need to try and agree on this. What will the final score be?
I'm leaning towards Liverpool 3-2.
You said 3-2 at the start.
Yeah.
You said 2-1, didn't you?
2-1 Chelsea.
So come on, we've got to agree. We've got to agree. There needs to be
I
some
think there's
sort of
only
middle
one
ground.
middle point, which will be a 2-2 draw.
Go on then. We'll
Go
go
on, yeah.
for a 2-2
That's
draw.
fair. That's fair.
Neither of us is going to go against our club.
No,
We'll be
no,
here
no.
For hours.
No.
Cool. We've submitted our predictions. Guys, make sure to submit your predictions at home and good luck. Here we go then. We're about to test these lads' football knowledge with our football quiz game, Guess the Player. There are 10 rounds. Our guests will have to guess the player for each round, with the only clues being their previous clubs. If you can work out their career paths and guess the right player, you win the point. Now, lads, it is also first to buzz. So be quick with the buzzers and you get the chance to win the point. Pretty simple. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Cool. So here we go. Here is player number 1. That is their journey. Oh, we've got a few confused faces here. Wow, we have a buzz already.
Victor Moses.
And he has smashed it. Yes, Carefree is 1-0 up. It was Victor Moses. On to player number 2. Here we go. Old school Prem clubs there. The suspense is killing me.
I hate this game already.
Yeah, I might be lost on this one, so I want front.
I'll give you a clue. This player was a winger. Left-footed winger. 5 seconds.
Not my club.
I just throw a guess in there.
We've gone for it.
Stuart Down.
Yes! There we go. There we go.
I thought it was
Perfect.
Middlesbrough to Liverpool. That's
I
what was.
don't remember him playing for Sunderland.
Yeah.
I remember him playing for Villa.
Yeah, I definitely remember him playing for Villa.
Downing was about a bit. Right, so there we go. 1-1. We're on to player 3 now. Here we go. Right. Chelsea are involved in this, Carefree. And we've buzzed in.
Is that no? It's not him. Fumbled this. I thought it was Remy because it was Chelsea to Lille. It isn't. It's not.
Incorrect. It
Yeah,
passes
would've
over.
been QPR.
You've got
No,
5
Newcastle.
seconds. Come with a guess. Don't have to buzz in. It's just gone over to you.
Kesman.
Incorrect. Okay.
Ooh, good idea.
The answer was... There we go.
Kalou.
Hello.
I was never getting that one.
Yeah,
Right.
I won't get in that.
On to player number 4. Still
it.
1-1. God, look at the clubs in there. We've gone for it.
A random guess. Is it Nigo Kranja?
Spot on. It's 2-1. Good knowledge, by
That
the
was
way.
just- Did he not play- Straight out of
did he not
left
play for
field.
Portsmouth?
Yeah, it was on there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, Portsmouth to Spurs. Okay, on to player number 5. Oh, only 5 clubs. He's buzzed in.
Kevin Nolan.
Kevin Nolan is spot on. There we go. Okay, 3-1. On to player number 7. Here we go. Carefree again.
That's got to be Gareth Barry.
It is Gareth Barry.
Yeah.
Carefree storming this now. 4-1. On to player number 8.
Oh, brother.
Ooh! Can Josh win it back?
Payet.
Yes! There we go. 4-2. Is there
high
going to be a
five.
comeback? Here we go. On to player 9. Oh!
Fabregas.
Yes, there we go. Storms into the lead again. 5-2. On to player 10.
Marseille, Chelsea, then Atletico. Who was that?
Josh, you need this.
Oh no.
You need this.
I know I'm about to kick myself if I don't get this one.
I can't help thinking Drogba with Marseille and Chelsea, but it's not.
Yeah, same, but it threw me off at the end. Marseille to Chelsea, then to Atletico. Got a couple of Atletico transfers in my head, and it's none of them.
No. Shame.
I'm going to give you a clue. You might want hands on buzzers now. This player has won the Champions League with Chelsea
Okay.
and had a famous photo of him laying in bed with the trophy.
I'm not gonna know that one.
Oh, I'm gonna beat the hell out of myself for this one. Who the hell?
Oh, there's a buzz from Josh.
Azpilicueta.
Yes!
Oh,
there
you are
we go.
me. I knew I was gonna.
There we go. Right, it is currently 5-3.
All
got
that
two
Atletico
more
transfer, I
down
didn't
here.
think of Aspi.
I've got 2
I'm
more
thinking
down on here.
Drogba. I'm thinking Costa. No, not
I was thinking
Drogba.
Felipe Luis.
Gallagher.
Felipe Luis was in my head.
Right, 2 more. Josh, you need both of these to tie it. Okay, here we
It's
go.
an L, bro.
Carefree, you get the next one. It's over. You've won. Here we go. On to player 11.
Ashley Young.
And he's won it.
I can't get Aspi, but I get Ashley Young.
He's won it. Carefree has won it with Ashley Young. It was tight, that. It was tight.
Yeah.
But Josh, you were getting into it, but just a little bit
know.
too late.
I knew that one as well.
But you got Azpilicueta, which was a good from you, which was very good considering Carefree, the Chelsea. He's kicking himself.
Got Ashley Young and not him, man. I swear they're gonna rip me for that.
And that's a wrap on this week's show. Guys, thank you both for coming on, and a massive shout out to this week's winner, Carefree. Remember, new episodes drop every week ahead of the weekend's game, so don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. But until then, have a great day, and we'll see you next week for another episode of That's Offside.